Lovely. So welcome everybody
Good
to
day.
our spiritual group training this evening. Myself and Barbara will be running it for you, and probably a very good 90 minutes. We've got a lot to go through. Our thoughts this evening, having received, lots of emails, we've had a huge amount of correspondence, and most of it was, really lovely. Thank you. Um, there's certain things that we've picked out we're going to cover from those emails. We thought it would be a good idea to help the group, to train the group in the process of working in a spiritual group, a spiritual circle, one that will work with spiritual tools and methods and techniques that we're going to share with you, and also a protected location, a protected space. This is going to be a very highly protected space because we're working in the highest of frequencies this evening to do that. And but also to work with healing, a healing circle at the end. So you can see and work with some alchemy, which is energetic, spiritual alchemy. So there's quite a lot to pack in. This will be an excellent video if you're watching on video to watch before you come to your first spiritual group with Barbara and I. So one thing we're going to recommend after this particular session is that people watch this before they come on so they can understand and pick up some tools and participate if they wish to. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is do the protection of the group. Because of the high frequencies that we're going to be working with as a collective group, we're going to put the highest frequency protection in place. So Barbara and I are going to use what we normally do. Richard, did you want to say something
Yes,
around?
could I just say, I think it's best if I mute everybody, and then if you need to ask a question, perhaps wait to the end, and then put your hand up, the hand icon, and we'll probably be able to manage everybody's questions and answers then.
Lovely. Okay, so so it's going to set up the protection and then.
Okay, sorry, Claire, could you unmute yourself?
That would help, wouldn't it?
And Barbara
Yes,
as well.
thank you. Yeah, so I'm just going to put the protection in place, and then Barbara's going to start off this evening session. So just bear with me while I do that. So energy permission to connect and utilize the protection of Source and Gaia, encompassing and shielding and protecting our whole group that are meeting this evening, and protecting all the energies and light and activities that we conduct within inside the group, and for those who benefit outside of the group to also be shielded and protected with the same level of frequency. So energy permission to place source energy shield and cloak around this group right now, and to protect us until the group is closed and the energies that we're using in the group have settled. So to maintain that protection of the group and every individual involved for the next 72 hours. And energy permission to connect with the Galactic Council and to seek protection of the Galactic Council for each and every one and this group working together this evening as a collective group, working with our spiritual tools and protecting and shielding us from all forms of low energy and interference cross-dimensionally. Placing the highest frequency of protection around this group, covering all the activities and energy and light that we're creating and using and benefiting from, and working within the 14th dimensional shield of Ra within that. Lovely. I'm grateful, thank you. Okay, so over to you, Barbara.
Oh, can you unmute Barbara?
Yeah, I am muted. There is someone waiting, Richard, just in case.
Yes.
Yeah, before we start with just because we ran the first evening a month ago, it was just like testing the territory, what you wanted. As Claire said, we are covering pretty much everything that it was in the emails. But we wanted to really put some boundaries in place because it has been a bit chaotic last time, being the first one, a lot of people. So first of all, we would like to remind everyone that we are, like you, here willingly. So it is our free time and we are very happy to be here with all of you. We are not by any means indoctrinating. So if you feel like that is not for you, really, we will not be offended. The way Claire and I work works for us, and we are not pretending or expecting that it works for everyone. So I think this group is very much for all of those who are really open to see and other ways of working. By any means, you don't need to use it in your own time. And on that, we are not accepting any rudeness. So anything that is by any means offensive, you will be muted and requested to leave. Yeah, that is basically everything. If you have anything, we would like really to have your feedback, your questions, and we'll do our best to follow it up. Hopefully after tonight, you'll have a better understanding of the structure, the way we work, have a better feel, and I'm really looking forward to move on from now on. So I shall pass it on.
Lovely. Thanks, Barbara. So the first thing we're going to do, and if you wish to participate, please do so. This is all designed for you to participate this evening. Just to give you a heads up, please grab a crystal if you have a crystal handy or nearby. It will help enhance your experience of this evening, including this next exercise. If you have a pendulum, a dowsing pendulum of any kind, that's also something to grab and bring back for later. So we're going to, first of all, we're going to look at cleaning your chakras because we're going to be working with them and channeling our spirit guides through them during the course of this evening. So we need to make sure that everyone's flowing and not blocked and everything is technically working as well as we can in a short space of time. So we're going to do a quick few minutes clearing meditation. It's a guided meditation. So during the guided meditation, it's a great thing for you to follow and use your imagination, use your visualization skills to picture what I'm describing, and it will help embed the intention because intention is the key of this, as it is with a lot of things that we're doing this evening. So use your visualization skills and use your imagination in effect. So if you were thinking about the color of your kitchen cupboards and you thought about that image in your head, just do the same thing and start off using that. And you might find that your visualization takes off on its own without you having to make the effort. So hopefully if you've got a crystal in hand, you'll find that you'll get a higher vibration enhancement from the crystal and you'll get stronger images and a stronger sensitivity. So it's a good thing to have to hand. Okay, so for those of you following this and doing this, if you want to close your eyes or keep them open, it's up to you. So I just want you to relax in your chair for a moment. And with you feeling really relaxed, I want you to imagine that there's a great big ball of white light now spinning right above your head. It's spinning right above your head, just touching the very tips of your hair. And as it's spinning and generating quite a lot of energy from the spinning, it will suddenly move now into the top of your head, into your crown chakra. Your crown chakra being a really important chakra for the connection with spirit and the channeling of spirit and their energy. So it's going to spin and clean around your crown chakra. Your crown chakra has energy flowing in and out of it. So as the ball of light now spins and cleans, and it removes all the debris around the crown chakra, spinning and cleaning and spinning and cleaning, as it encourages now the crown chakra to open out to its fullest extent, like a flower in bloom. And now the energy flowing in and out of that crown chakra as the spinning ball of white light now moves over to your third eye. That's your brow, also known as your brow chakra. So over to your third eye, as it spins and cleans around your head on its way to the third eye, spinning and cleaning and moving all the stuck dead energy that's in there as it all flies out the way. And now spinning and cleaning around the chakra, spinning and cleaning the third eye and encouraging the third eye to open out to its fullest extent, like that flower in bloom, as the energy starts to flow in and out to its fullest extent too. And the energy of the third eye now at its strongest position as the white spinning ball of light now continues on its journey, spinning and clearing down your head, down to your throat chakra, spinning and clearing all the way around your throat, spinning and clearing everything that's stuck around there, and now encouraging your throat chakra to open out to its fullest extent, like that lotus flower in bloom. And as it does so, that energy immediately flows in and flows out. And as the spinning ball of white light now moves on down from your throat chakra down to your heart, as it spins and cleans all the way down through to your heart chakra, spinning and cleaning around the tops of your shoulders and your torso. As it spins and cleans and it reaches the heart chakra, spinning and clearing around the heart chakra, all the energy that's no longer needed, moving out the way, as it now encourages the heart chakra to open out to its fullest extent, again, like the flower in bloom. And as it does so, the energy now flows in and flows out as it should be. And this is really activating our sensory receptors in our energy body as we spin and clean with the white light now down to our solar plexus, spinning and clearing all the way down to our solar plexus as it spins around our solar plexus and clearing all the debris, encouraging now the solar plexus to open out to its fullest extent, like that flower in bloom. And the energy flows in and flows out as it should. And as the spinning white light now moves on to the sacral chakra in the stomach area, spinning and clearing all the way round the sacral chakra, creating again, encouraging that sacral chakra to open out to its fullest extent, like that flower once more. And now with the energies flowing in and out and the spinning white light moving down to our root chakra, where our tail would be if we had one, and spinning and clearing all the way around our root, the place that helps us feel safe and secure, as we spin and clear around it and encouraging it to open now to its fullest extent with the energies flowing in and out. As it now spins off down the left leg, spinning and clearing all the debris out the way. And as we look at the trail behind it, we're now seeing the brilliant bright white light filling our whole body behind us. As the brilliant white light now spins into the foot and out into the ground, spinning and clearing and moving over to the right leg and entering the right foot through the K1, and the K1 as it enters up the foot, spinning and clearing up the right leg, spinning and clearing all the way up the right leg, all the way to the top into the torso. As it spins and clears, and again now the whole body is illuminated, a brilliant bright white light. And as we spin and clear up again through the torso, passing through all the chakras, clearing all the last bits of debris, moving up now through the neck and into the head, as we're spinning and clearing, just all those remaining parts remaining. And as we now spin and clear through the head and out to the top of the head, through the governor vessel and out above our head now, spinning and clearing as the brilliant bright white light now spins off into the distance, into the ether. And we now look at ourselves from head to toe and can feel ourselves beaming with that energy and white light. Now ready to face the session ahead. Okay. So you can open your eyes now and come back into the room. So the first thing we're going to do from having that clear out is we're going to connect with our main guides. We're going to assume, Barbara and I, because of your experience in the dowsing group, that you're already holding a frequency of connection and communication. I have my own scale of frequency, which I measure on a 0 to 6 basis. I'm going to assume that you're already at the first step of that ladder. And because of that, you will follow and be able to follow what we're doing this evening perfectly. If anybody finds that they can't follow what we're doing this evening and they're not getting the sensitivity through, it's probable that you're not tuned to that first level, that first frequency. So if that's the case, Barbara and I invite you to email us outside of the session, and we will send you an activation meditation to tune you to the first level. That's not something we've included this evening because we're assuming with all the experience there is here, you're at least at this first level. And if anyone's new and isn't, please come to us and we'll help you with that. Okay, so this is all about frequency and tuning, really, in terms of connecting with other consciousnesses. And our spirit guides, we're working with our soul group spirit guides. So the philosophy being that we have a main guide and a gatekeeper guide who are from our soul group. The last session we had, we taught you a really important lesson in going into neutral. So we're going to be using that this evening. And I'm going to assume that you know what to do. I'm not going to go through the learning again. So I'm going to ask everybody to go into neutral. So I'm going to ask you to do that now. And that's using the alchemy formula of energy permission to bring my soul self forwards, please. Why do we use energy permission? Simply because it's respecting freedom and free will. And we're respecting the freedom and free will of ourselves, our soul, and our guides and any other external consciousnesses that we connect with, with what we're doing, especially in nature, as you guys are familiar. So energy permission to bring my soul self forwards, please. If you can do that for yourself and imagine at the same time what that either looks like or feels like. And the test to make sure you've done it correctly is, if you remember, if there's somebody in your life that makes you feel a little bit grumpy or a bit frustrated or annoyed, then if you don't feel like that towards them when you bring soul self forwards, you'll be neutral because you're detached from mind and ego. And that's a really important place to be detached from, because otherwise they can interfere and we can't rely on the guidance that we're getting. So energy permission to bring my soul self forwards, please. Have a go. I'm going to give you a few moments to do that and then visualize what you think it looks like at the same time. Okay. Okay. So it should happen fairly quickly. It's not a long process. So, and it's something you can practice. So bring yourself forwards. If you ever drop out of neutral, you'll soon know, because if doubt creeps in, you start pulling funny faces. That's a sign that you're not in neutral. Neutral is quite a neutral zone, bit newsreader zone, I call it. So now you're in neutral. This is the gateway to connecting with your guide. Going into neutral is, can we just go back, if possible, just to the main guide connection? Thanks, Barbara. Thank you. Connecting with your main guide your guide's going to be connecting with you through your chakra system. We've just cleared out your chakra system. So we've given you the best chance possible to feel the connection with your guide as they come in. As you get more experienced in communications this way, communications will eventually pass down to your Kundalini, but that's for the people that are more advanced. At this stage, I'm expecting them to connect with one of your chakras. It can be any of them. And that's the 7 core chakras that go down the center of your body. So for me, when a guide connects, I feel their connection at the solar plexus when they connect with a chakra. But other people will feel it in different chakras, above or below the solar plexus. So just be aware of that, because that's the place they'll probably always go. And for you, it's an indicator that the guide's with you. And that's actually a good thing to know. Okay, so now that we've gone into neutral, that's lifted us into a higher vibrational state. We're detached from mind and ego, who are not interfering at the moment. And we're going to ask energy permission to connect with my main spirit guide. So if you can do that for me and visualize at the same time what you think it looks like, and perhaps even start and sense what it feels like through your chakra system. So energy permission to connect with my main spirit guide, and leave a pause. Give it a chance to connect. Have a go. Okay. And then you can say to your spirit guide, to my guide, are you with me? And you should get at least a sense of uplift as a yes. Or you may even get a yes in words, or a head thought that's like a yes. So to my main guide, are you with me? And you should get a feeling of uplift or a signal of yes. Depends what frequency you're at. And we've got a range here. Okay, if you have the crystal with you, it will make all of this much stronger. That's how beneficial having crystal with you is. Can we go to the next slide, please, Barbara? Thank you. Oh. So we're going to assume that your main guide is with you. And being aware of your main guide's energy and what it feels like is an incredible thing. It's quite a profound experience. So one of the first things I'm going to get you to do, just to warm you up a bit, is to ask your main guide, assume they're with you, ask your main guide, to my main guide, can you come and stand really close to me, please, so I can feel your energy and there's no mistake that you're with me. So let's ask them, to my main guide, can you come and stand with me so I can feel your energy and there's no mistake that you're with me? Okay, now if you're not sure, you can ask your guide to step back. So to my guide, can you step back and give me some space? And then can you come forward again and come really close so I can really feel your energy? And again, if you've got a crystal, this will make it a lot stronger. Brilliant. So I'm just flicking through and seeing How's everybody getting on with that? So any physical thumbs up if you think you're with us? Did you get any sensations? Let's have a look. It's a good test for your sensitivities and frequencies. Thank you, Pam. How are we getting on? Okay, so if you're not sensing anything, just try, because it might be that you come out of neutral. Just try going back into bringing soul self forwards and going back into neutral. Depending on how disciplined your mind and ego are, and you have to work on them sometimes because people have very dominant ones that take over. You have to ask them to step back and bring soul self forwards. That's why it's so important to work and learn how to work with your consciousness so that you can work reliably with this whenever you wish. Okay. Okay, so we're going to move on because we've got lots to do. And energy sensitivity is something, again, to practice outside of this session when you're on your own, you're not under performance pressure with us watching. Have a go and see, get to know your guide's energy. It's really lovely and reassuring to you. And when you do it and you've got it, it's a really incredible experience. Over to you, Barbara.
Right. And as Claire has protected the circle, and one of the requests on the emails was really about helping thousands to protect themselves when they go on the field, looking for water or energies, lays, and so on. So we thought, always on the assumption that you, of course, will have your own protection, but we have to assume that there are people who are not potentially advanced in that. Maybe they are at the beginning of their journey as well. We brought in a protection, an exercise to protect your energies. And you can pick up from this screen any of the ball that might talks to you, that resonates with you, anything that you would like to use. And I'm going to guide you through a very short meditation to protect yourself. So if you would like to make yourself comfortable again, having detected or picked this energy ball, the one you prefer. So you close your eyes and you just take a deep breath and imagine setting the intention. It is always about setting the intention and visualizing it. You visualize this energy ball surrounding all your being, all around you, 360 degrees, protecting every part of your being, your toroidal field, which is all the field that surrounds your physical body. See this light, visualize this protection as it is, imagining that he is protecting you at every level, and feel the expansion of these lights, growing, expanding 360 degrees, protecting all your toroidal field from anything potentially affecting you. And it can be as wide as you think you feel. And when you are ready and you feel you have been surrounded, you are surrounded by these beautiful bubble. I'm going to take you into another important journey, which is grounding and anchoring your energy body and light body. So while you are in these states, knowing all of us that the importance of being grounded from a very health perspective and anchored to the greats, it'll give us a very strong sense of stability, of being more focused. And while you are in this state of of meditation, I'm going to take you, hold on a sec, into this journey. I lost something. And just imagine you are sitting comfortably with your feet on the ground. And from the sole of your feet, you are seeing light energy roots spreading out into Gaia. And from the center of your being, you see the chi, your chi traveling through your ethereal connection down the center of your body, like a stick of rock, down to the center of your body, your chi traveling down into your body, your legs into the ground, grounding you into Gaia. And this chi is traveling from being down, anchored, grounded into Gaia, is traveling back through your body again to the center of your body. And at the same, when your chi is traveling up, your light body is also traveling through. Always the chi, it is your life force, traveling through the center of your body, down to your leg, from your soul, this root, anchoring you into the earth great. And you are traveling, this light is traveling back into your body. And now you are with this, with the light grid, you are also connected. You are bringing in the 5 elements: water, air, ether, wood, into your physical. So your body, you get acclimatized to the 5 elements. And this energy, they are traveling through your navel, dispersing from your navel, from your throat chakra and your governing vessel on top of your head. And this light is traveling through your body, and you are acclimatizing to the elements, to the earth elements, and benefiting from this grounding and anchoring exercise. And If you are back with me, we are going and moving on a more practical exercise. Are you all back?
So Barbara and I this evening are really trying to help you with some skills that we would want to use, look at using regularly in any spiritual group. And this, is giving you kind of a bit of a run through. And yes, we're going back to back and running through. And we don't apologise for it. We've got a lot to squeeze in. We meet once a month, so we don't want to hesitate in the following months to teach you some new things, but use some of these skills to help you with that. Okay, so it's my great pleasure to show you how I douse spiritually. And I appreciate that I'm facing a group of experienced dousers, but I douse in a particular way spiritually, and it works incredibly well for me and the hundreds of people that I teach and train every year. So I'm also going to teach muscle testing. So I'm going to show you how we do it, because we're going to use it shortly. When we come together in a spiritual group in the future, we're going to be connecting with our spirit guides. We're going to be working and connecting with other consciousness externally of us, including our gatekeepers, including other consciousness like angelic guides and other such things. We're going to be working with all kinds of connections and frequencies. So everything we've got in place tonight, if you understand and are able to try and work with these tools, you'll be able to participate really well with the group and what we're doing and how we progress. Because really, this is about helping you progress and develop. It's something that both of us are very passionate about. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to look at dowsing. This is my pendulum. You can see that my pendulum has a wiggle in the very tip. One of the top tips I would give you if you're looking for a pendulum for these purposes, of course you can use a dowsing tool of any kind for this. This is just mine. Then if it's a crystal, I always look to see if it's got the wiggle. You can see it wiggling. It's showing that the energy is running through it. So that's a really good sign. And a top tip, if you're selecting one, make sure that it's got its wiggle, because it shows that it's channeling the energy of you really well. Now, the key for me using the dowsing tool spiritually is that I'm going to channel my guide's energy through it, and I'm in neutral when I do this. Otherwise, when I'm working spiritually with a dowsing tool, I can't guarantee that it's not my mind or ego controlling this. So, okay, I can't see the screens on the dowsing muscle testing. So, oh, okay, that's a good point. They can't see me. Somebody can't see me. So how do you do that then? Can anyone else not see me? Can you see that I'm holding a dowsing crystal tool? I should be able to.
What we'd have to do, Claire, is to stop sharing, and I'd put you on full screen.
Okay, yeah, I think, yeah, let's do that. Just to make sure. Thank you, Richard.
Okay, so what I'm going to do now, Claire,
Yeah.
if I can manage it.
Thank you to the lady that brought that up. Okay. Oh gosh, big version of me. Okay. Just what I wanted to see. Okay, so you can see it's got a jiggle at on the very tip of my when you first pick it up, because it's channeling the energy. So the principles are, when you're working spiritually and when I'm teaching this, for it to work reliably every time in neutral, no mind or ego interference, this is how I use it. So my guide, I have connection obviously with my guide. I know my guide's name. So I'm going to work with my guide by name. My guide is called Darren. It's a very conventional name. They're not always conventional. But I've been working with him for 30 years. And ultimately, he's my biggest teacher. So everything that you're learning, he's probably contributed a huge amount to that learning. I've not learned from other humans. Okay, so so I'm in neutral, and I would be asking Darren, can you channel your energy, please, through my pendulum? Okay, so, okay, it's very difficult for me to hold my hand really high. So I'm going to say to him, he's already channeling because it's going through. Can you show me, Darren, what a yes looks like, please? Make it, go on, make it bigger. Go on, make it really big, really huge circles, Darren. Go on, huge circles. Okay, can you show me what a no looks like, please? What a no looks like. Go on, make it big again, really big so everyone can see. I'm trying to hold it high without... Okay. And can you show me what a don't know looks like, please? I don't know. So backwards and forwards. Okay. So for those that couldn't make that out, my no is anti-clockwise, my yes is clockwise, and my don't know is backwards and forwards. But that doesn't mean that yours is the same. Every guide has the potential to give you a different yes, no, don't know. So it's really important that you test your own and channel your own energy through, you know, your guide's energy through the pendulum. So if you have a pendulum or dowsing tool with you, so whatever your dowsing tool is, it doesn't have to be one of these, but if you've got rods, you know, I've got a wooden dowsing tool as well. The trick is from neutral to ask your guide. So you're going to assume that you've connected with your guide because we did it earlier. You're going to assume that you're in neutral. If you feel in any way that you've got an attitude right now and you've got doubt, you're not in neutral. So you need to bring your soul self forwards, please, just to get yourself in neutral. Otherwise, it won't be your guide controlling this. Okay. And then you're going to speak to your guide as though they're there. So to my main spirit guide, please, can you channel your energy through this pendulum or through this dowsing tool, please? See, as soon as I say it, he's off. Okay. So I can't actually see, Barbara, if people are trying this. So can you have a look for me? I need to know when to... Okay. So that's how I would douse with it. Are people actually trying? Oh, yeah, I've got a few. Well done, Pam. Pam's it. Oh, and Avril and David. Lovely. And Jill. I can't see everybody because of the height of the cameras. Rosemary, brilliant. Oh, and Tina. Oh, Tina, hello. Lovely. And David and Jean, brilliant. And then cameras are off otherwise. Okay, brilliant. Thanks everyone. It's brilliant. There's lots of people really making an effort. So that's lovely. Thank you to you all. Okay, so you've got the principle, very simple. You know, we're looking to channel the right energy through this. Otherwise, who's controlling it? And if you have a dominant mind and ego and you can't get into neutral or you're having difficulty staying in neutral, that's where you have to put your work initially to get them to step back, because otherwise they'll be taking over. So if you're still in neutral and you're channeling your guide, you'll get a successful douse like that. Now then, muscle testing. In muscle testing, you become the dowsing tool. Your body is the dowsing tool. So we're going to use a muscle testing technique using our thumb and our finger, our first finger. So thumb and finger. And, oh, good job I had my nails done. Thumb and finger, we're going to put them together and then we're going to put them entwined. Okay. Okay, so basically you can see that they're entwined like that. We're going to ask our guide, so we're still in neutral. We're going to ask our guide, assume they're with you. So to my main guide, can you channel your energy through me, as in you know, for yourselves? Can you channel energy through me, please, so we can practice dowsing? Okay. So you might feel some additional energy come into you. And then we're going to say to my guide, so Darren, can you show me what a yes feels like, please? What a yes is like, please? A yes, can't break it. Can you show me what a no is, please? A no. Okay, so we're only doing yes and no. So a yes, a no. And you have to really let go. Because you got to, so is my name Claire? Is my name Barbara? Is my name Richard? You know, do I live in Sussex? So you have to just let go, and if you do it quick, you'll get the yes and the no. I still use this method as a double check. So if I'm asking, I work in channel spirits word for word, but if I'm asking something super important, either for somebody else or for myself, I'll double check it with the dowse, with the muscle testing, yes and no, because it's a brilliant way. You can double check with the dowsing tool as well, because there's another brilliant way. The dowsing tool is such an evidential tool, and that's why I love it. And I love the students using them as well, because it gives them buckets of confidence. When you're working with your guide, and then afterwards you say to your guide, you've just given me loads of information about X, Y, and Z. Was that correct? Can you show me on the dowsing tool if that was correct? And you're double checking with the yes and no, or you can do it with the muscle testing. So when you're first starting to take guidance, and we're going to be looking at the group taking guidance in future sessions to double check things, you can use both or one of these techniques that you feel strongest in, most likely the dowsing, to double check whether what you've got is correct, your understanding or not. Okay. And that will just gradually and slowly help build your confidence and with your connections. So moving to the next slide. So if you can put me back on the slides, please.
Yep.
Thank you for that.
There.
Brilliant. Okay, so if you've got a pen and paper handy, you can use this, or you can just use a screen. It's up to you. You can work using a menu. So spiritually, we can work with a menu, and many practitioners and therapists do. Or we can just use it to throw questions at the dowsing tool from our guide. Okay, so I've put this particular menu up because this particular menu is a great menu to measure you and what's going on for you. Because all of these measures, physical balance, light body balance, energy balance, if any of these are out, your connections and communications aren't going to work very well. They can still work, but they're probably not going to be as strong. And if you've got lots wrong with you, you simply won't get the connection and communications at all. And, through years and years of helping other people connect intuitively and with their guides, I know these are spot on because I work with them every day, umpteen times a day. So I call it pleases. And there's different versions of pleases, and this is one of the simplest ones, pleases. We have a longer one and we have a shorter one, but pleases is great because it includes shock and trauma. And shock and trauma tells you a lot about you and what's going on inside of you, and whether you need some healing or whether you need, some other kind of work or help. Okay, so simply pleases, light, physical and energy body balance. What does that mean? It just means that things are flowing and functioning. Even if you're ill and your body is still flowing and functioning, that could still come up as, yes, you're in balance, because your body might be under strain, but it's still in balance. So something has to be you have to be really quite poorly, or something has to be quite wrong for things to be knocked out of balance. Okay. Alignment is your heart center, your assemblage point. And all three, physical, light and energy bodies, all come into your heart center like this. They all meet in your heart center, your assemblage point. And that assemblage point should be aligned. So it should be aligned. If it's out of kilter, then that means it's out of alignment. You're probably going to feel seasick, like you've got vertigo or labyrinthitis if you're out of alignment. And as soon as you go back in alignment, you'll be fine. So that's alignment. Synchronization is about your chi. And if your chi is not grounded and not ethereally connected and not synchronized to your body, that will say no. External energies affecting yours. That's about external energies, low energy entities, attachments, intrusions, implants, all kinds of things on our cross-dimensional interference, geopathic stress, which you guys are working with a lot. External energies affecting yours. That is a key question. And I have lots of lists. If that was a yes, then we have lots of lists to check through to see what's affecting you. And shock and trauma ultimately is when your body is responding and reacting to something and it's in a state of fight or flight, in essence, and it's reacting and responding in a particular way. If you were to spend years and years in shock and trauma, you would probably pick up something quite serious. And I'm working with a very experienced practitioner at the moment who suffered with 30 years of shock and trauma, cortisol release, and has now got Parkinson's. And she swears, that's her own words, that's probably why. She's a very experienced therapist. So shock and trauma is something you don't want to be carrying all the time. When we see it, you know, it's something that we're always trying to identify the cause of and what's behind it. So all these things are going to lead to you potentially needing a little bit of healing or rebalance. And the great news is that that's what we're doing at the end. So anything that comes up here for you that's out of balance or not quite right, we're going to be dealing with at the end in our healing circle. So this is an opportunity for you to look at your dowsing tool or your muscle testing and to work with your guide in identifying any issues for yourself. Okay, so I just want you to connect again with your pendulum or your dowsing tool, or if you're doing muscle testing, please feel free to do the muscle testing. And we're just going to reiterate for our guide to channel their energy through. I'm sure they're probably still attached, but just to make sure we dot the I's and cross the T's. So to my main guide, can you please channel your energy through this pendulum for me? Okay. So hopefully we now know what a yes, a no, and a don't know is from our guide. Yeah. So with the first question we're going to ask our guide on this chart, on this menu, is to my guide, can you show me an area I need to work on? So if you're doing the menu on a piece of paper with your dowsing tool over the top of it, can you show me an area I need to work on? And the dowsing tool should swing to, so if you start in the center of the circle, it should swing towards the area that it wants you to work on. If you're not using that tool, you're using the list on the screen, you can simply say to my guide, am I in physical balance? So to my guide, am I in physical balance? Darren, am I in physical balance? Darren's saying yes. Okay, and we go through the list. If you're using the circle on a piece of paper, your next question will be, show me an area I need healing. If you're going through the list, to my main guide, am I in light body balance? Okay, let's keep going down the list. To my guide, am I in energy balance? And if you're using the circle on a piece of paper, try asking, show me an area that's the strongest for me. Okay. And if we're working down the list, am I in alignment? Darren, am I in alignment? Am I fully synchronized? Okay, so if you're working with the paper, show me another area that I need healing. And if you're working down the list, do I have, Darren, any external energies affecting, this is going to trick him, Do I have any external energies affecting mine at the moment? So he's coming to a stop. And he's going to a no. And Darren, do I have any shock and trauma to my system at the moment? Still a no. Okay, a little bit higher. Okay. So I think there's probably a mixture of people doing different things. So if you're using the paper and you're using the pendulum to swing over the paper with the menu, you should have had enough opportunity to pick out some things that might need help this evening. And if you've been working down your list one by one with the questions, you should also have some answers that give you an idea if you've got anything that needs healing or needs attention right now. Okay. So firstly, just a physical thumbs up if you could. Does that make sense to everybody? Is that something you feel? Oh, thank you, Alison. Is that good? Yeah, you got the gist of everything. You can go away and practice this. Thumbs up, thumbs up. If you've got any questions about it, please put them in the chat box. Thank you for the comments so far. Yeah. So as you'll find, you've got two methods there. So you can either put yourself a menu on a piece of paper in front of you and do it that way, but your question is going to have to be different. So you've got to think about, using different phrases and a method of questioning. You're very welcome, Alison. And the list is a very quick way to run through. I mean, you can do that super quick if things are generally in good shape. So that's brilliant. So that's the menu. So that's a little bit of a taste of things that we're going to be doing in the future in terms of learning and progressing our relationships with spirit. Brilliant. So next one, please. Barbara.
I am muted, sorry. And next one, we are going to close the night with the healing circle. We are going to create a very powerful high frequency light and power one. I'm going to explain it to you and send it. If you have, you keep in mind what you picked up from your dowsing. If you have any issues with your physical light, balance, anything that it came up for you, we are going to send it directly to the part of you. And we are going to form a circle. Imagine Claire has already placed the protection. We have placed our protection. So we imagine we are coming together, all together, holding hands. And when I say we are us as each individual and our spirit guides. They'll all be joining, and our gatekeeper, they all be joining this circle. And by holding the hands together and intentionally holding hands, we create what we call the light and power of one. It is our light, individual lights, all combined together with our guides, our soul, the guides we have brought in before. And it is a very powerful, high frequency. And we are going, I'm going to read it aloud. And if you close your eyes, make yourself comfortable. And again, I'm going to use energy permission. Claire mentioned before the reason why we give full respect in using these amazing energies that the universe is providing us. So for those, if you don't want to do it, just please feel free to step back. It's not an issue. For those who are going to join us, if you could close your eyes again and imagine we are forming this circle with these amazing lights spinning in the circle. And I like you to repeat after me. It is all energetic intention. That is pure alchemy. And please try to also visualize what it looks like to you. Energy permission to draw in the light and power of one, and to send it to the whole of this spiritual circle right now, with intention of healing, restoring, and strengthening each individual's physical, light, and energy body balance. Each person alignment, each person's synchronization, each person's external energy, if there are any, affecting theirs, and shock and trauma, in alignment with my highest interests and across all time, space, dimension, and reality. And just visualize this amazing light we all have created, traveling to each one of us, healing, clearing, and strengthening those parts that might have been out of balance. And we would also like to send the light and power one to Kate Smart, who could not attend tonight because she lost her dog. We are sending to Kate the same light and power one for her to recover and go back in her strength and balance. And keep visualizing this light traveling through you and sensing it, the shift that are happening. And when you're ready and want to come back, if you have anything to share or any question you have, that is the right moment perhaps to do so in your own time.
Are we going to step back from the circle as well? Do you think do Q&A?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Step back, come back
Do you want to stop sharing the screen, Barbara?
Barbara. Yes, stop share. Yep.
And then we'll go. I'll just sort this out now, won't we?
Yeah.
Okay. I think we're all back in the room now.
Are you? Yeah. Any question, any feedback? How did you find it?
Yeah, are there any questions about any of the tools and methods that we've used? Anything you want to check or with your own experience? Pam, go ahead.
Thank you. I enjoyed that very much.
Oh, you're welcome.
But the muscle testing with the fingers, they were both locked.
They're both it takes some practice, the muscle testing.
Yeah.
It does take some practice. And you've got to be completely let go. You can't have any interference. No, so it does take some practice because we're not always used to doing that. But yeah,
That's
so
it.
it's
And it made me worry that I'm controlling the pendulum as well.
okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, if you're in neutral, so good test to do. If you're in neutral before you use the pendulum or muscle testing, and then you check again after when you finished, am I still in neutral? It means that the bit in between when you've used the dowsing tool or the muscle testing is you've been in neutral. So that will give you confidence that you've been in neutral and you've been detached from other interference. Yeah.
Thank you. I thought
You're
I
welcome.
was in neutral, but when I did that, it immediately raised a doubt, so.
Well, yeah, as soon as
that.
crack a doubt, mind is in. Mind is, I mean, I know this because of the years I've been helping a lot of people have difficulty with minds, particularly stepping in and FOMO, fear of missing out, I need to be involved in this. I know best. And so minds are generally the buggers of the group. So it's just a matter of saying in your head, mind, step back. And then bring soul forward again. It's about you've got to be assertive with mind, and mind has the ability to be one of your best, if not the best advisor in your team. They all do, but they need to know who's the boss, who's in charge, who's the daddy, and that's you. So, yeah, brilliant.
There is a question. Would you check to see if healing has worked by redousing?
Oh, that's a really good, Alison. Yeah, thank you. Really good question. Yes, absolutely. That's a really good way to check. So again, from neutral, connecting with your guide and douse, am I now in balance or whatever it was that was wrong? To start with, just check that, is it now restored or healed? Yeah, brilliant. Double checking with a dowsing tool or muscle testing is a great way to build confidence that things are working, things are flowing, that you are actually speaking to your guide. It's not you, it's a big leap of faith. Someone telling you you've got a spirit guide, and it can take a long time to build the evidence up for you to trust it. But you've got to have your own journey with that, and there's lots of different ways that you can use to build that trust. But if it's today you found that you didn't get any response, your sensitivity was numb, like zero, then it's probable that you're not at the right frequency. So as Barbara and I are quite happy to share with you an activation meditation that will take you to the frequency that we've assumed you're all at today, which is the kind of the first frequency. Obviously, you can go much higher in your development, and that's one of the things that can take you on a bit of a journey because it's an amazing one too. But okay, any more questions from anybody? Barbara, yes, Barbara. Barbara and I, so two Barbaras. Barbara and I, yes, we've got. If you go to the Intuitive View, it's on Richard's emails, isn't it, Richard? But it's www. It's on Teachable. So if you go to the Teachable Intuitive View, Teachable is a teaching platform. That's where the online school academy is. And we have all kinds of different courses. We have the nature medium, which is one of Barbara's specialisms, and others as well, for beginners, intermediate and advanced. So, okay, Alison, if you can email us with so we've got your email address because we're going to have to retransfer it to you. Is that okay, Alison? And our emails again, Richard's put them on the info, haven't you? I think, on the
Yeah,
BSD.
it wasn't. It was on the first email, but
Yeah.
not the second one I sent out for this meeting.
Okay.
But I can send it out to everybody.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you. Yeah,
Thank you,
brilliant.
Rachel. Yeah.
Yeah. So you'll get that, Alison. That's brilliant.
Yeah.
Anything else for anyone else? Please feel free to chat box. Put them in the chat. Quite a few people.
I'll go online and copy.
Okay, yeah, Barbara's going to
Yeah.
do that for us. Yeah, brilliant.
Just 1 second. Hold on. Yeah.
You're very welcome. So did everybody feel that they kept hold of neutral for long enough? One of the tests for you in getting better and better outside of the session is to see how long you can hold neutral for. So ultimately, you can douse that question and say to your guide, am I still in neutral? And your guide will tell you yay or nay. So that's another good way to kind of confirm and sort of evidence your ability in staying in neutral. But you'll get used to it. You'll know when you're in this kind of zone of neutral and when you come out of it. But if there's a crack of doubt, mind will be literally, doubt, I'm in. That's my domain. And then soul will basically step back and go, over to you. You've got to sort this out. This is your learning. Over to you. And then it's a matter of mind, step back. You need to step back whilst I'm practicing until I'm finished. So, and be assertive. Soul come forwards again, and then you're back in neutral. So
yeah, I think your website, your teachable is not responding to me.
Okay,
sorry.
you
keeps
take over. You take over
out.
questions, and I'll just paste it.
Yeah. Would it be possible, Richard, for those who attended, sending the link or the email so everyone who wants the activation, we can send it, or how can?
Can message everybody who attended.
I've just put it up. That's
oh yeah, you put it up. Okay. I don't know why.
One of them.
I cannot open it.
Oh, have I spelt that right? It's not gone blue. And then yours, Barbara, is it Barbara?
My website, you mean?
Yeah, yes, what's your website?
Okay, my website. Okay. That I know.
Oh, you can do that. Yeah. Okay. I'll need to. Any more questions, anybody? No. What does everybody think about the format or the principles of what we've done this evening? We've taken you through some tools to help, because what we want ultimately is for you guys to interact, and what we're looking for is creating a spiritual group, perhaps where we can all seek guidance and help each other with guidance. But you've got to start somewhere in building those skills up when you're starting a group from scratch. So what we're trying to do this evening is kind of assume that you're at a certain level of frequency, and then give you an introduction to the tools that we're going to perhaps want to use to help give each other guidance and help in the future, and to help us develop and use and expand on these tools. So that's our thoughts behind it. Alison, go ahead. Alison White, yes.
Hiya. I'm not very good with the technology stuff. It drives me bonkers. Yeah, it's really useful for me that it sort of confirms what I already know about myself. I do feel my guides quite strongly. This week has been a bit bonkers. I've had hell and high water for about 5 months, and yesterday it's turned. So I don't know whether my guide has been, I don't know, preparing me for this tonight. I don't know.
What did you say was high, Alison? Sorry?
Hell and high water. Just had a really tough time again. My life full of tough times.
I see. Yeah.
But I know I am gifted this way, and this has helped me. Tonight's confirmed that I'm in the right place. So thank you.
You're very welcome. It's not unusual. Well named Tom Jones song, to the night before, the day before, to get some preparation. Some people, before they come and I'm regularly getting clients come before their sessions and saying, yesterday this happened to me, and it's kind of almost like they've got a bit of a download, frequency change, or things that have been happening had stopped, and it was almost like things got back into order. So that's not unusual when it comes to, coming to something that it might mean a lot to you, or might be something that is good for you to, perhaps do a bit more of.
Yeah, it's really interesting because I didn't have much sleep this morning. I stayed up all night and watched the sunrise, and the sky was amazing. And then it's been a really funny day where I live in Cheshire, and it's been a really funny day. But I've been really quite light and bright, which
lovely.
It's really, really unusual. I've not experienced it before, but I feel spirit like a descending.
Okay.
Stuff.
Yeah.
And it hasn't been with me for years. And the last few months it's been picking back up, and it's really, really ramped up this last week. So maybe it's for this, because I forgot this was on tonight. So I'm thinking, this is interesting. Must be a reason.
Yeah, it's a bit synchronized. Yeah, synchronized.
So interesting. Really, really interesting. Thank you.
Yeah, no, you're very welcome. I mean, just a little bit more about the guides, if you're interested in knowing a bit more about your spirit guides. So the philosophy, so the spirit guides we've been connecting with this evening are from your, philosophy-wise, from your soul group. Your soul group is said to be a group of higher selves that we travel with. Higher self is ultimately, our soul is a fragment of higher self. Higher self is a fragment of source, of origin. And so our higher self, their domain is the quantum field, where all our lifetimes, all our existence sits in the 6th dimension. So we're in the 3rd dimension, they sit in the 6th, and a part of their conscious, the philosophy is that, works with us and our soul and our body, our mind, our ego, as part of our conscious layers. So understanding your guides and what they can tell you is also really, exciting, because once you can speak to your guides and ask yes and no, and you've got the ability to do that, hopefully now, oh my gosh, what can I ask them? Ultimately, your guides, your soul group guides, so these are different to any healing guides you might get attuned to. Soul group guide, they will work in your highest interest. Highest interest is a key phrase for us, because highest interest is really important when it comes to working with healing and alchemy. And a guide can work in your highest interest. They know you really well. They've probably been with you since birth, your gatekeeper and your main guide. Your gatekeeper's role is a protector. They're there to protect your toroidal field, your energy channels from any old spirit just coming in and barging in and saying hello. So they're there to try and protect you. Some people have more than one gatekeeper. They have, 2 or 3. And these 2 are generally, yes, they're with you generally, unless you have a time in your life when you were at risk or in danger and your safety was heavily at risk. At those times in your life, your main guides can change if it's decided that they weren't protecting you enough. So on the majority of occasions, I have clients who've got guides who've been with them all their life. And on the odd occasion, I get them where they've changed because there's been something happen in that regard. So your guide will only give you the answer that's in your highest interest to know. So if you were to ask an extreme question, such as, when am I going to die? Your guide's unlikely to tell you anything about that, because it's not in your highest interest to know. As an example, that's an extreme example. And if you ask your guide a question and you get absolute silence, it's either because they can't answer the question, you've asked a question really badly and they don't really know what you've asked them, or they can't give you the answer because it's not in your highest interest. So you need to think really carefully. If you give them a question and the zilch, nothing comes back, just think about what you've actually asked them. Is it a proper question? And if it is a proper question, then it's like, is it in my highest interest to know that? So, it's a consideration. So, but yeah, your guides, incredible support tool, and you can create a really amazing bond with them. Your guide team can grow at various times of your life, and you can have other new guides come through for periods. for particular reasons and have a particular role to help you in certain ways. So yes, there's different levels of guide that you can receive, but generally guides of working a similar frequency to your own, and they're here to learn and help you as much as vice versa. So there's generally an agreement between you and your guides, which is called a contract, sacred contract, and you have that with other members of your soul group who you're here to support and look after, and vice versa too. So some of the things we also work on and sort out are contracts, bad contracts, and in karmic energy and things like that. So there's all kinds of things, but ultimately, when you work with your guides and you've kind of got that nailed and you're developing, then the next place to go is Source, and working with Source and Gaia. And that gives you access to a whole lot of resources and healing and alchemy, which is one of my favorite subjects. It really opens things up. So yeah, so it just gives you a little bit of a flavor, just because we had a little bit of time and there's no more questions. I think we're about there. Go on, David.
Thank you.
You're on mute. Yes.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now. Go
Okay.
ahead.
Yeah, thank you both for the evening.
You're very welcome.
One bit I'd like to mention was to share the experience I had when we did the healing circle.
Oh, brilliant. Yes, please. Yeah.
We were all in a giant circle, and this light went around the whole circle through every one of us, all the colours of the rainbow.
Oh, amazing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's a really good sign, David, that your chakras are all spinning like what's it? So they're on top form. If you're seeing all the colours, you've got excellent energy flow. So that's and your sensitivity, that shows your level. So it's very good. Did you have a crystal with you out of interest?
No, I've worked with crystals for years, but
yeah. Okay.
one of those.
Well, I was going to say,
I've got lots of them in the room behind me, actually.
Oh. Well, yeah, you might find that kind of enhances it even more. But I was going to say you might not need one if you're doing that already. Yeah, brilliant. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah, it's lovely. Thank you. Lovely.
Okay.
Okay. I think we're about done. Anything else before we finish? I think that's it. All done. Thank you, everybody. Over to you, Richard.
Barbara. Yeah, it's great. Wonderful again. And thank you for everybody to come as well. It's been great to see you all. This will be put on the YouTube channel in a few days' time, I believe. So you can see it all again. And hope you enjoy it.
Lovely.
And as you say, Claire, this would be a necessary one for everybody to watch.
Yes.
Again, new.
I think so. Yeah, we were we felt this would be a good one.
Yes,
yes. Good to see. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so I look forward to seeing you all next month.
So have a good night, everyone.
Bye.
Take care.
See you next month.
Bye.
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 Thank
See you, Tina.
Bye. See you soon.
Bye, Mrs. Bye.
Sorry, Jane's got a hand up. Jane Court.
Oh,
Jane, where is Jane?
Oh, I think
Oh no.
she's gone now.
Oh, sorry.
okay. Is that Jane? Jane on the course?
No.
Oh,
no,
okay.
no. She used to be the trustee with Richard and I.
Oh, okay.
Hang on,
You met her, Tom.
You're still there?
yes, we're still here.
Yeah.
And it's an odd question, but can you use this for detecting ghosts and things like that?
Yes. You've got to be careful there, obviously, because you don't know who you're attracting. So you just got to make sure you're properly protected if you're playing in that field.
I assume that means then carrying a large axe and a strong leather belt. But
okay.
but there's obviously some way of doing that. I don't know.
Yeah, you've just got to be careful with anything. I mean, you can obviously where there's good spirits, there's bad spirits as well. It's a balance, like everything in life, and you just got to be careful what you're playing with when you're not protecting yourself properly. You can invite in very easily attachments and intrusions, and they can be really hard I mean, we can get rid of them, but they can be really hard, and have a huge impact on you as an individual. So there's just that to consider if you're in, but technically it's an easy thing, and Ouija boards I definitely keep away from.
No, I
Big
don't.
no-no. Yeah, big no-no. Very dangerous. Because you really don't know who you're dealing with, and and you don't want to go there. And you don't want to test you don't want to test your own shielding.
No.
You've got to really know what you're doing to kind of go in that place. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Bye, everyone.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.